Hey guys, welcome back to Learn to Trade YouTube channel. Thanks for joining me here, for watching this live trading session, this live Forex webinar. Today we'll start and we'll talk about gold, we'll talk about the US dollar, about the dollar index, and we'll talk about majors, about commodities, cryptocurrencies, indexes, but also about my trades right now, my running trades. GBP, Japanese yen is still in profit, and earlier my trade in US dollar versus the Mexican peso was has reached my entry level as well, and I still have pending order in US dollar Japanese yen, which is still valid, a high probability trade. Don't forget to email support, maybe if you have questions, maybe I don't know, if you have questions about subscription services. Don't forget to read the risk disclaimer before we'll start this session. As always, it's important for you to understand the risks before trading on the financial markets, on Forex, on cryptocurrencies, indexes. Yeah, it's important. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram. Don't forget to like maybe this video right now. If you like maybe my analysis, my live webinar, this session. Don't forget, if you are not a VIP member, and if you want to become a VIP member, if you want to get more VIP trades, trade management, VIP content, you can access the link posted right below this video and you can become a VIP member. And also we still have this promotion. You can use this code coupon at the checkout December and you will get a 30% discount. Yeah, so it's very important. Don't forget, guys, that tomorrow the United Kingdom inflation data, Canadian inflation data, the US retail sales, and also later tomorrow we'll have the FOMC, the Federal Reserve, FOMC statement, economic projections, federal funds rate, FOMC press conference. Yeah, so most likely tomorrow we'll have high volatility. Also in the early morning tomorrow we'll have some important data from China, unemployment rate, industrial production, retail sales. Also these Chinese economic data could bring maybe volatility on the Australian dollar, on the New Zealand dollar. Yeah, so you have to be careful. So let's start this session with the price of gold, because I know that you are interested in gold. Anil Jadhav, hi, how are you? Hello, sir. So also, guys, if you have maybe questions, if you want me to take a look on a specific market, please tell me. I don't know what you are looking at, and yeah, I will take a look as well. One moment. Okay, so let's take a look here on gold, and let's talk about gold. Yesterday, I've sent you guys a video analysis talking about the potential further growth, but as you can see here, it has failed to make a new higher high. It has failed to stabilize above the weekly pivot point, above 1782.12. Here it has failed maybe to make an upside breakout from these two range patterns. Yeah, and right now it has registered an aggressive Pujari, sir, gold next move. Yeah, we don't know its next move, because right now it's still trapped, guys, here between 1794.70 and 1761.94. So if you want the next move in gold, maybe you should wait for a valid breakout, a downside breakout, a breakdown from this range, which could signal a larger downside movement. Or you can wait for maybe something like this. Yeah, maybe rejection from here, a new leg higher, an upside breakout from this pattern, from this range, could signal potential rally. So personally, I'm waiting for something like this. Hi Andy Smith, how are you? So only something like this will bring us a clear direction, maybe will bring us great opportunities, trading opportunities, only when the price of gold will escape from this major range. Yeah, right now is at support 1770 1772.25, so 1772.25. Also the weekly S1 support, but unfortunately here its failure to stabilize above the pivot point or to make a new higher high signaled strong pressure. And let's take a look on the dollar index right now. Yeah, so a strong rally registered by the dollar index right now. So the dollar index rallies, edges higher, tries to erase maybe today's losses, and it remains to see how it will react here around this immediate downtrend line, the triangle's resistance. So maybe if you are wondering why the price of gold crashed in the short term today, and if the why the dollar index rallies right now and why the price of gold crashed, it's because of this. Yeah, let's take a look here on the economic calendar. So the PPI, the US PPI, the producer price index, registered and reported a 0.8%. Bro, I'm stuck at 1780. Let's take a look. Gold again. So yeah, 1780. Yeah, unfortunately it has failed to stabilize above the pivot point. As I've told you, it's traded back below this downtrend line. Maybe I will draw it maybe something like this right now, and I will clone this trend line, maybe something like this, and we have a new maybe channel here. And I don't know, I've told you we are at support right now, the weekly static support here, S1 1770.96, and I've told you that maybe personally I want to see something like this, valid breakdown from this range to confirm a strong downside movement. Or if the price maybe will continue to stay within this pattern, I don't know, to print a new leg higher, to rebound, and if it will make an upside breakout from this extended range, then we'll have maybe an opportunity to go long, only because the price of gold will register a strong upwards movement. So let's go back. So the US producer price index registered and reported a 0.8% growth in the previous month in November versus only 0.5% expected, also versus 0.6% in October. Also core PPI 0.7% growth versus 0.4% expected, so better than expected US data. Forced maybe also the price of gold to drop, forced the DXY to come back higher towards the triangle's resistance right now. As I've told you earlier today in an analysis, I've sent you guys an analysis into the VIP group. I've told you that only if it stabilizes above the downtrend line, and also if it will make a new higher high to jump to close to stabilize above today's high, above 96.49, to close to stabilize above the weekly R1. Yeah, it could signal potential upside continuation, and the potential upside continuation, I've told you, that could bring us new long opportunities in the US dollar. Yeah, and right now for the VIPs, my trade in US dollar, so let's take a look. US dollar Mexican peso, my trade in US dollar versus the Mexican peso. I will not show you here the setup, only because my trade was only for the VIP members, but yeah, the VIP members already know that my trade got triggered and it runs in profit. Yeah, right now, only because we have that strong rally in the dollar index. So good trade here. I talked about something like this, yeah, in my previous sessions, in my analysis. I talked about the potential new leg higher if it stays above the 61.8 retracement level. Also, we had these former highs here, a demand zone, demand area. So, don't. Maybe it's too late to go long right now. If you are not a VIP member, this is what you are missing. A good trade here in US dollar versus the Mexican peso, because why is too late? Maybe because the price will hit the 50% retracement level, 21.146, which is seen as immediate resistance, also the R1. So in the short term, we cannot exclude maybe something like this before maybe jumping higher. If you are not a VIP member, if you are not already long, if you missed my trade, if you didn't follow it, my trade setup, my trade, yeah, maybe you should wait for something like this before catching a new upside movement. But right now, my trade in US dollar versus the Mexican peso is running in profit. My trade, let's take a look. My trade in the British pound versus the Japanese yen. Also here, I will not show you my setup only because the price is above my entry level, is in profit right now. Yeah. And I don't want to show you my setup here only because this was also a VIP trade. So I've talked about something like this. Yeah, support zone, demand area, GBP versus the Japanese yen. And right now we have something like a pattern. Also, as long as it stays maybe above the uptrend line, triangles support. Also, as long as, I don't know, it stabilizes above the weekly pivot point, 150.19, I don't know, it could also in the short term could come back to test, retest, could move sideways before escaping from this pattern. And I believe that a value breakout maybe from this pattern could signal a potential strong upwards movement. So my trade is valid in the British pound versus the Japanese yen, is running in profit. And when I'll have something, and when I decide maybe to manage my position, if I don't know, when I'll decide to move my stop loss, or if I'll want to close partials, or I don't know, if I want to move my take profit or something. So when I'll decide to manage my position in the British pound versus Japanese yen, or also my US dollar versus the Mexican peso trade, I will update you. I will come back with updates. I will come back with my trade management into the VIP group, right? DXY again. So don't worry, if you are a VIP member, you will get my trade management as well. And of course, if you want to follow my trade management. But right now, my trades are looking really, really good. And I will also talk about my trade. Actually, I still have a pending order. It remains to see how the dollar index will react here around this downtrend line, right below the R1. Jumping, closing, stabilizing above it could signal potential further growth, and potential further growth could signal that the US dollar will appreciate versus rivals. And something like this, closing, stabilizing above the R1, maybe it will help me to search, to catch, to identify new US dollar longs. Actually, I still have something like this. One moment, I will take a look. Yeah, it's still a pending order. US dollar, Japanese yen. So if you are not a VIP member and if you want to get my trade here, yeah, in US dollar versus the Japanese yen. Oh, sorry about that. So if you are not a VIP member and if you want to get my trade, you can still catch this trade in US dollar versus the Japanese yen, my pending order. You can access the link posted right below this video. You can use that code, that coupon, December, to get a 30% off your subscription. So I will send you the coupon December into the YouTube channel, actually YouTube chat, sorry. So you can still catch this trade in US dollar, Japanese yen, a high probability trade, also only for the VIP members. Personally, I'm sharing my trades with the VIP members. only because they are paying a subscription, a monthly fee for my services, for my trades. They want to follow my trades. Maybe they want to follow my trade management. So let's talk about US dollar Japanese yen. So here, test retest, false breakdowns below the lower medium line of the descending pitchfork. Also, we had something like a former low here, 112.72. Breakout above the medium line, test retests, and here it has developed something like a falling wedge or a channel or something, an important pattern, and maybe the price will try to come back higher. And of course, if you want my setup, my trade, my levels, to follow my trade management, if you're not a VIP member, please access the link posted right below this video, become one, and you can still catch this trade. Okay. Silver. Yeah, if you remember, I talked about silver and about a potential further drop here when the price was here. I've told you that as long as it stays right below the inside sliding parallel line of the descending pitchfork, it could drop deeper. Right now is located, traded within this major demand zone, demand area. That's why maybe personally I will look for longs, but I will look for longs for new buying opportunities only if the price of silver will develop here something like a major bullish pattern. Yeah, a bullish pattern. I'm waiting for a bullish pattern because right now the bias is still bearish after its failure to come back to test retest maybe the inside sliding line, after its failure maybe to stabilize above these levels, former lows or something, downside obstacles. So I will look for longs here if within this demand zone, demand area, but only if the price will print a strong bullish pattern. And I believe that as long as the dollar index continues to grow, as long as if the dollar index will approach and reach new highs, an upside continuation here registered by the dollar index could force the price of silver to drop deeper, also because the price of gold could drop deeper. Yeah, I'll wait also for confirmation here in the dollar index. A new higher high could signal potential further growth here. Yeah, and something like this could signal that maybe metals could grow, could drop. Sorry, the silver and gold could drop in the short term. Let's take a look. Yeah, a new sell-off here on the euro versus the US dollar. Personally, I don't have something really good right now. We have something like a triangle here. We have also something like a range pattern here. It's still trapped here between the medium line and the lower medium line of the ascending pitchfork. It has failed once again to retest maybe the downtrend line. So the pressure is still high, and you already know from my previous sessions that's dropping below the lower medium line. Also a very breakdown below 1.1186 could signal a deeper drop. The bias is bearish, the outlook is bearish here on the US dollar, on the euro versus the US dollar, and only because the dollar index maintains a bullish bias. And if the dollar index continues to grow, this pair could drop deeper. Maybe I will look for shorts actually, maybe here, I don't know, as long as the price continues to stay right below this downtrend line. Maybe personally I want to be a bear, to be a seller, and I will look for shorts. But as long as it stays above the lower medium line inside of this maybe triangle here, I don't want to go short. The British pound versus the US dollar, you can see that it has managed to stay above 1.32 psychological level. It has escaped from this pattern. Maybe thoughts on your US oil, Chris? Personally, I don't have a position on oil. Actually, Orlando has a short position, a selling position in US oil, but I will take a look on that market as well. Thank you, Chris, because yeah, if you want my opinion, I will tell you my opinion in US oil. So something like this, British pound versus the US dollar, it has escaped from this pattern. only false breakdowns here below the medium line. It's failure maybe to approach to reach to retest it. False breakdowns, great separation here below, maybe 1.32 psychological level. But right now, let's take a look. Yeah, it challenges the weekly pivot point, 1.3239, but DXY, the dollar index rally right now, maybe forced the British pound versus the US dollar to drop a little, to slip lower, to drop from today's high 1.3256. Okay, so let's wait let's wait, maybe something like a sideways movement or something. Right now we don't have a confirmation that we'll have a larger upside movement. Yeah, even if the price escaped from this falling wedge pattern, and I believe that's only a new higher high. Maybe if it will jump close and stabilize above the pivot point, above today's high, also a valid breakout above 1.3275 could signal a potential growth upside movement. But right now DXY's rally forced the pair to drop. Also we have something like this, an immediate downtrend line. So we talked about US dollar, Japanese yen. Let's talk about US oil for Chris. Thank you, Chris. So it's not my trade, but I will still talk about US oil. It's Orlando's trade, short position. Yeah. So you can take a look on the VIP channel, and when I'm sending something, you will find my name right below my content, my trades, market analysis, I don't know, tutorials, videos, webinars. Yeah. So I've sent you guys something like an analysis, a short analysis into the VIP channel today, and I talked about something like this. I told you guys that the price of US oil continues to move sideways between 73.0101, 70.88, and I told you the price was here. It has challenged, yeah, Jade, USD, Mexican peso looking good, yeah. A really good trade in US dollar, Mexican peso, strong rally, yeah. Yeah, I love it myself, and let's hope that maybe the price will approach and reach my take profits or something. Yeah, but when I'll decide, guys, and if I'll decide to manage my trade, I don't know, to move my stop loss at break even, or to close half of my trade, or to, I don't know, if I'll decide to manage my trade, don't worry, guys, you will have my trade management as well. So I've told you today here that as long as the price stays below the downtrend line, and I told you that a new lower low, drop, stabilization below the pivot point could signal potential drop here in the US oil. And I've told you that only something like this, if the price closes, stabilizes above the downtrend line, a new higher high could signal an upside continuation, right? But yeah, the price right now, maybe it has invalidated potential further growth. Sideways movement, test, retest, false breakout here, retest, false breakout with great separation above the downtrend line, and right now maybe tries to stabilize right below the weekly pivot point, 70.54. And if it will stay stabilized below it, it could maybe drop deeper. And you should know that right now Orlando, or actually I believe that you know, Orlando's trade in US oil right now is in profit. Yeah, so my trade in US dollar versus the Mexican peso is in profit. GBP versus the Japanese yen is in profit. Orlando's trade in crude oil is in profit as well. Yeah, Jade, I'm in the VIP group, by the way, good choice. Yeah, yeah, I'm trying to identify great opportunities, great trades for me, for myself, and as always, I'm sharing some of my trades with you guys as well. Yeah, if you want to follow my trades, my trade management, I don't know. Also, it's important for you to take a look on my videos, daily video analysis. That's why it's important for you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, to like my videos, to share them. Also, I'm waiting for comments right below my videos, because maybe you will identify, you will find something really interesting. I don't know, a trade idea or something. Yeah. 6J, let's take a look. Let's talk about the Japanese yen right now. So, the Japanese yen futures. False breakout with great separation above the weekly pivot point, above the upper medium line of the descending pitchfork. Test, retest here right now, a sell-off. Yeah, and a sell-off here, a deeper drop, downside movement, further drop here, more declines here, could signal that the yen could depreciate versus its rivals. Yen basket, before we'll talk about the Japanese yen. Also here, false breakout, something like a pin bar here in this resistance area. And also here, if it stays, stabilizes right below the weekly pivot point, potential drop here could signal that the yen could depreciate. US dollar, Japanese yen. I will hide this setup. I didn't send this setup to you guys. It's only my setup here in euro versus the Japanese yen. Something like this, something like sideways movement in the short term here. Yeah, but as long as it stays above above 127.93, I don't know, above these former lows, if it comes back, stabilizes above the pivot point, could I don't know, it could jump higher. We'll have to wait. Here you can see technically that it has escaped from a down channel. Temporary drop, false breakdown with great separation below 127.93, but we'll have to wait here for something. That's why personally I've selected, or actually I have a long position in the British pound versus the Japanese yen and not in the euro versus the Japanese yen. Yeah, it was Canadian dollar, Japanese yen. Canadian dollar, Japanese yen, guys. Yeah, here the pressure is still high, but let's take a look on 1 hour. So I've told you guys that if the Japanese yen futures will drop deeper, and if the yen basket maybe will drop deeper, then maybe the Japanese yen will depreciate versus its rivals. So maybe personally I'll keep an eye also on this market, on the Canadian dollar, Japanese yen, because this channel, you can see that the price failed to approach to reach to retest the channel's downside line. The daily S1 support here, and I believe that a valid breakout above the downtrend line could signal potential upside movement, and maybe it could bring us new long opportunities or something. So I will keep an eye on this market as well. Yeah, maybe after this strong leg higher rally, a temporary drop was naturally expected. That's why I'll wait for a valid breakout above this downtrend line before considering maybe going long. Yeah, Canadian dollar, Japanese yen. So something like this. It has reached this former high support level right now. Temporary drop maybe. New Zealand dollar, Japanese yen. This is my opinion. Don't forget, these are only my opinions, my analysis, my thoughts, my thought process. I'm not a financial advisor, so these are not trading recommendations. These are only my analysis, my opinions. Yeah, everything is for educational purpose. Don't forget that. New Zealand dollar, Japanese yen, right above a support zone here, demand area. But here as well, I'll wait for confirmation. Maybe something like this, like a triangle. And staying above the immediate uptrend line, moving sideways, a very breakout could signal potential growth here. Yeah. Matt, can we see US dollar Japanese yen? I've talked about that market, about US dollar Japanese yen. I've told you that my pending order in US dollar Japanese yen is still valid. Of course, if you followed my trade, if you took my trade, if you placed my buy stop in US dollar Japanese yen. But Matt, I will take a look again maybe on that market for you. So New Zealand dollar Japanese yen, this is my opinion, support zone. I will look for longs also here, but I'll wait for confirmation. Australian dollar Japanese yen, it has escaped from this descending pitchfork's body. It has jumped above the 150% Fibonacci line, which represented a dynamic resistance, temporary drop, natural drop, expected drop, and right now is traded right above the weekly pivot point 80.65. It has registered and printed only a false breakdown, great separation. Chris, US 500 longs. I will take a look on US equities as well. Thank you, Chris, for messages, for being here. Please like this video, this webinar here live. It will be highly appreciated. It will help me into the YouTube algorithm. Thank you. So here as well, something like this. So Australian dollar Japanese yen, temporary drop, and I will look for longs here as well. After this drop, maybe this is only a temporary drop, I will draw something like this, Fibonacci retracement. You can see that it has reached the weekly pivot point, the 38.2, 80.59, false breakdown and great separation, something like an accumulation consolidation. And I believe that maybe also here, if you look on Kim, do you still have swing trade running on Euro USD? Personally, I don't have a swing trade on Euro USD right now. Actually, I don't have a trade right now in Euro USD. I've told you my opinion about Euro USD, but I don't know, maybe my colleagues have something like this in Euro versus the US dollar, yeah, and I don't know. Or also, if you are talking about something from the swing trading group, I'm not managing that group. Kim, thank you. And if you missed my analysis on Euro versus US dollar, you can take a look and you can watch this video again later today after I will end this webinar. This webinar will be public and will be you will find it in our YouTube channel playlist, live webinars. Alessio, hello Olympio. Bitcoin is forming a head and shoulders, I believe, on 4-hour chart. What do you think about it? Are you still holding GBPUSD? Eliana, personally, I've told you I don't have a trade on that market, on Euro versus US dollar and on GBP US dollar, but I believe that maybe my colleagues have something like this. Maybe Aziz, you maybe are talking about Aziz's trades, yeah, GBP US dollar, Euro versus US dollar, but personally I don't want to talk about other traders' trades, yeah. I want to talk only about my trades, about my thought process, about I don't know, my rationale, my analysis. So personally, right now I have US dollar, Mexican peso, which runs in profit, good profit right now. I have the British pound versus the Japanese yen, yeah, and I still have a pending order in US dollar versus the Japanese yen. Okay. Okay, so here Australian dollar Japanese yen, maybe something like this. Maybe if you are looking maybe on, I don't know, let's take a look on 15 minutes. Maybe this is something like an inverse head and shoulders pattern, something like this, 1, 2 and 3, yeah, and maybe we can talk about the potential neckline here. So I've told you that maybe I'm looking for longs in this market as well, Australian dollar, Japanese yen, and I believe that maybe something like this could signal potential upside movement, a new higher high here. If the Australian dollar, Japanese yen, maybe if it will jump close, stabilize above 81.15, then it could maybe turn to the upside. Yeah. But I need confirmation, and if I'll decide to place a trade here on this market as well, on the Australian dollar, Japanese yen, I will share my trade with the VIP members as well. So if you're not a VIP member, stop missing these great trades, great setups, high probability trades. Yeah. Okay. US 500. Let's take a look on US equities. So Chris, US 500 longs possibility. Right now is strongly bearish here on the 4-hour chart. So personally, I will stay away. Maybe we'll have something, but only when the price will, I don't know, and it's drop. But right now, I don't know if this sell-off is over here, or if this sell-off will be ended here. Okay, maybe the US 500 could drop towards the S1, could drop maybe lower, or towards these former lows. Yeah, so as long as I don't have so right now I don't have, I don't know, a signal that this sell-off drop is over. So that's why I don't want to go long. And right now, as long as the dollar index continues to grow, maybe I don't want to be long also on US 500. DXY again, let's take a look. So yeah, on 1 hour, strongly bullish. Right now it continues to stay right below the R1, and I've told you that also on the 4 hour it has closed here right below the R1. Maybe it could come back to retest the broken downtrend line before maybe jumping higher or something. So I've told you, as long as the dollar index continues to grow, as long as it's bullish, I'm not a bull here on the US equities. US 100 sell-off, strong sell-off. Yeah, so here as well, maybe I will look for something maybe around 15,709.7, but I will need a strong signal, a strong bullish pattern, a strong bullish signal before I will consider going long. Yeah, maybe the price will come back down towards the lower medium line of the descending pitchfork, sorry, which stands as a dynamic support downside obstacle. Okay, right now I don't have anything. I don't want to sell US 100 or US 500 only because it's too late to sell it, but I don't want to buy it only because I don't have a bullish pattern. I don't know if this sell-off is over. Okay, that's why I'll wait for something here, maybe around the S1, false breakdown, great separation, bullish pattern, a major bullish engulfing, I don't know, double bottom, head and shoulders, or on lower time frames, or any other, I don't know, reversal pattern here to signal a potential upside movement. But right now it's strongly bearish. The bias is bearish in the short term. US 30, the Dow Jones Industrial Average. Sorry guys. So it has failed to resume its upside movement, and right now, yeah, so US 30, maybe I will look for something here. As long as it stays above the weekly pivot point 35,560, above the uptrend line, maybe I will look for longs here. Also, as long as it stays above this broken downtrend line. But right now it's bearish as well. I want to see something like this, sideways movement, maybe test, retest, false breakdowns here, a bullish pattern before turning to the upside, before maybe I will consider going long. 35,824 is seen as static resistance, immediate resistance, and 35,493 is seen as support, static support. So something like a range pattern here. Maybe something like this, valid breakdown here. New lower low could signal a larger downside movement. And something like this, false breakdowns, test, retests. An upside breakout from this range could signal an upside continuation. Chris, makes sense. Thank you. I'm quite new to trading, so I appreciate it. Yeah, thank you, Chris. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Don't forget to, I don't know, to join my, I don't know, maybe I will host, maybe I will go live tomorrow as well. I don't know, or maybe on Thursday we have, let's take a look. So you have to be careful, guys, these days, because the fundamentals will drive the prices, the markets. Yeah, so I've told you tomorrow, if you are trading maybe the British pound, don't forget the United Kingdom inflation data. If you are trading maybe the Australian dollar, the New Zealand dollar, maybe you should keep an eye maybe on the Chinese economic data. Canadian dollar could react around the Canadian inflation data. Don't forget the United States retail sales later tomorrow. The Federal Reserve, this is seen as a high impact event. This will bring sharp movements in both directions. You have to be careful. Yeah, high volatility. Also the New Zealand dollar gross domestic product, and also on Thursday, high impact data from Australia, Switzerland National Bank, also the BOE, Bank of England, ECB. Yeah, on Thursday, high impact events. So all these could bring sharp movements, high volatility, and I don't know, if you are not an experienced trader, maybe you should stay away. I don't know, maybe don't forget that you will identify other opportunities later, maybe after the markets will calm down, will cool down, because all these high impact events could bring sharp movements in both directions. And yeah, I believe that you don't want to ruin your account around these high impact events. Anything could happen. Yeah. Okay, US 30, something like this. Let's take a look. DAX 30, I've sent you guys earlier. Yeah, it has dropped it right below this, the channel's downside line, but if this will be only a false breakdown here, stabilization here above this former high or something within the down channels pattern above the downtrend line could signal potential new leg higher. Please visit our YouTube channel, and I've uploaded earlier today a video analysis talking about DAX 30. Okay, so US dollar, Canadian dollar. Let's talk about majors. Let's continue to talk about majors. So strong rally right now, strong US dollar, only because the dollar index rallied. Here I don't have something. Maybe I will look for something if the US dollar versus the Canadian dollar will stabilize here above the medium line of the descending pitchfork above 1.2836. Yeah, but after this major rally, it could drop a little. It could come back down to retest the medium line, the broken levels. So right now I don't want to buy it here right at resistance. US dollar, Swiss franc. Yeah, it continues to move sideways. It's still trapped between 0.9272, 0.9157. One moment, because I want to invite more members. Maybe there are more clients interested. You can still join my webinar. Okay. So if you remember, I talked about something like this here, about a range pattern or something. Right now we have a strong rally here in US dollar versus the Swiss franc, only because the dollar index rallies. Okay, and I don't know, personally I don't want to do anything here right now. Maybe I'll wait maybe for the price to make something like this, to move sideways or something, or to increase, to stabilize right below the arrow 1, right below 0.9272, to indicate an imminent upside breakout. And something like this, a very breakout could signal potential growth, but this scenario will take shape only if the dollar index will resume its growth. Okay, its upside movement. So I will trade here on this market on US dollar versus the Swiss franc. Actually, I will look for longs if it makes a very breakout from this range. I will look maybe for shorts if it makes a very breakdown from this range. I don't know, something like this. Let's take a look also on 1 hour. Gold, Muhammad, buy or sell? I don't know. You can take a look later maybe on this video, on this live webinar. Maybe I will take a look later on gold after I will finish yeah, so my trades, British pound, Japanese yen is still in profit, US dollar, Mexican peso is still in profit. Don't worry about actually US dollar versus the Mexican peso. Right now it has decreased a little after that strong rally. Maybe a natural drop decline, even if it comes back towards my entry. Personally, I will keep that trade, okay? Because only a temporary drop. I've told you earlier about the US dollar versus the Mexican peso that it could slip lower before jumping higher. Chris, don't know how you feel about meme coins, but you thought on Dogecoin had a yeah. Thank you, Mohammed, as well. I will take a look on gold for you, man. So here, US dollar, Swiss franc. Personally, I will try to answer to all your questions. That's why I'm here. Also, maybe something like this, guys. Actually, on 1 hour on US dollar versus the Swiss franc, something like a triangle pattern. Maybe a very breakout, upside breakout, could signal potential growth, but I will need confirmation. Thank you, guys. Don't forget to like this video. Don't forget maybe later today to comment right below it, to share it with your friends or on the social media. Yeah. Personally, I don't have something here in New Zealand dollar, US dollar. Is that support here around 0.6754? But you already know that as long as it stays right below the medium line of the descending pitchfork, the bias is still bearish. It could still drop anytime. I don't know. Here, so 0.6754, a key level, historical level or something. Something like this, double bottom, but a potential double bottom here could be activated and confirmed only by something like this if it makes a new higher high. So right now I don't have something in New Zealand dollar, US dollar. Making a new lower low, a bearish closer, dropping, closing and stabilizing below 0.6736 could signal potential deeper drop. I don't know, something like this is my opinion. In New Zealand dollar, US dollar, Australian dollar, US dollar, I've told you that we had something here like a resistance, and I told you that we may have something like a downside movement, sell off in the short term. I've talked about something like this. If it drops, closes, stabilizes below 0.7135, it could drop deeper, but I don't know here. If it stabilizes above the pivot point, above 0.7117, if it makes a new higher high to jump close above these former highs, it could signal potential growth or something. But I don't want to go long short right now on this market, only because I don't have a high probability trade here. On the other hand, stabilizing below the weekly pivot point, dropping, closing, stabilizing below this former low 0.7107 could signal potential drop here or something. I don't know. But in the short term, I don't know. On the 15 minutes chart, if you want something like an intraday trade or something, you can keep an eye on this potential pattern, inverse head and shoulders on the Australian dollar, US dollar. Neckline, valid breakout, boom, right? You can keep an eye on this inverse head and shoulders, on this reversal maybe pattern on the 15 minutes chart if you want something. But something like this, I don't know, a new lower low to drop close below this low could signal potential deeper drop. The pressure is still high as long as the dollar index continues to grow. Stabilizing below the pivot point could signal potential deeper drop. But also you can keep an eye on that, I don't know, reversal pattern in the short term on lower time frames. We'll talk about Bitcoin as well. So buy or sell, Mohammed, gold. So I don't know, I've told you, we have here two range patterns. One here, a minor range. We are at support 1772.25. Also the weekly S1, yeah. Maybe only test, retest, false breakdowns here could signal potential rebound in the short term here on gold. And we also have something like this, like a major range. And I've told you that escaping from this range could bring us a clear direction and great, I don't know, selling opportunities if it makes a very breakdown, or I don't know, long opportunities, yeah. But also here, if you will, I don't know, take a look on lower time frames. Whoa, sorry. Maybe you can still catch, I don't know, a potential rebound if it stays above the S1, false breakdown, great separation, something like a pin bar. Test, retest, could signal potential, I don't know, rebound in the short term. If it continues to stay within this minor range above 1,772. Okay, guys. Bitcoin. So as you already know from my previous live webinar sessions, as long as it stays below the 50% retracement level, as long as it stays below the medium line of the descending pitchfork, as long as it stays below the inside sliding line, the bias is bearish and the price of Bitcoin could slip lower. But also, if you remember, I've talked about the 47,111 and about 46,201.01 support levels, downside obstacles. Okay, we'll have to wait to see how the price will react around these support levels, and I believe that's only a very breakdown, stabilizing below the inside sliding line. Test, retest could signal potential deeper drop towards the 61.8 or something. So right now I don't want to do anything here on Bitcoin. Actually, I will draw an ascending pitchfork here, 1, 2, and 3, but I don't know if this pitchfork will help me. But here in the short term, if it stays above 46,201, above the lower medium line, test, retest, false breakdowns, if it comes back, stabilizing here above the S1, if it makes a new higher high, if it jumps, closes above this level, it could signal a potential rebound. But don't forget that the pressure is still high. Don't forget that Bitcoin could drop deeper anytime. As long as it stays below the medium line of the descending pitchfork. I don't know, personally I don't have something really good right now. Actually, I've told you guys that maybe I will look for longs in Bitcoin after, I don't know, ending its correction, drop around these levels, around 61.8, around 41,967. But I will need a strong confirmation, a strong, I don't know, bullish pattern. Yeah, because I don't want to to go long only because the price reached a support level. Okay, that's why I will look for longs only when the price develops and prints something like a bullish pattern, a strong bullish pattern around these levels, here or here. I don't know. Right now I told you the bias is bearish, the pressure is high, it could extend its sell-off. Ethereum. So if you are not I don't know, if you are not a member in the crypto channels, yesterday, I believe yesterday, I've sent a video talking about something like this, a diamond pattern, and yeah, maybe it's not a perfect one. Yeah, the price action developed this diamond pattern after a temporary drop. Yeah, and I told you guys that after an uptrend, if the price action develops something like this and the downside breakout could signal potential drop. Okay, that's why yesterday I've told you guys something like this. We were here right above this confluence area formed at the intersection between the uptrend line and 3958.67, and I've told you breakdown could signal potential deeper drop, false breakdown could signal potential growth. Yeah, and unfortunately here it has failed to stabilize above the 38.2, it has failed to stabilize above 3958.67 support. Yeah, the pressure is still high. If it stabilizes below here, below the 50% retracement level, it could drop even lower. So something like this, you can use diamond in trading, and when you have maybe something like this, an uptrend, something like a diamond, most likely it will make GBP New Zealand dollar. Maybe I will take a look on that market as well, but I don't like to trade that market. That's not my trade. Echo. That's not my trade in the British pound versus the New Zealand dollar. I believe that's this trade or something, but as I told you, I don't want to talk about other traders' trades. So an uptrend followed by a diamond most likely will bring a downside breakout from this pattern and will bring a downtrend. Yeah, something like this. So you can use this strategy pattern in trading if you will identify something like this and something like this. Maybe I will also record something like a video talking about diamond or how to trade. If you'll have something like this, like a downtrend followed by a diamond, most likely we'll have an upside breakout and an uptrend. Yeah. Dogecoin. Someone asked me about Dogecoin. I will remove all my drawings. You can do the same. I don't know. it's good to build new analyses. Maybe you will identify something else, maybe you missed something, or I don't know. Maybe you will change your mind after building a new strategy, a new analysis. So something like a support zone here, demand area, false breakdown, great separation. Something like this, maybe. Yeah, we had a strong rally today, but unfortunately the price failed to stabilize near today's high 0.2202. A temporary maybe decline. Maybe you can, I don't know, identify something after this drop. If this will be only a temporary drop, retreat, you can catch something like a new upside movement. Yeah. So something like this. Breakout above the immediate downtrend line. False breakdown with great separation below this static support, sideways movement, breakout. This could be, guys, only a temporary drop, maybe test retest before jumping higher here in Dogecoin. So you can look for something in Dogecoin. For longs or something. Personally, I've had also a descending pitchfork here. I will select another color. Something like this. So, drop, false breakout with great separation above the upper medium line, test retest of the medium line. It has dropped along the medium line here. A false breakdown with great separation below the lower medium line. Right now, a rally. I don't know, maybe I want to see maybe something like a sideways movement here before jumping higher. Yeah. Or if you will take a look on lower time frames, maybe you can identify something sooner. I don't know, maybe you will consider something like this, like a channel, like a flag, like a continuation pattern, bullish continuation pattern. It has escaped from this pattern. Yeah, I don't know, it's your call. Don't forget to make your own analysis, to build your own analysis, to use your strategy. You don't have to use pitchfork, you don't have to use my tools, my techniques. Yeah, it's important for you to understand the markets, to build your own strategy, to use your own, I don't know, tools, the tools that you understand, the tools that you, I don't know, you know how to use them. Yeah. Also something like this, maybe in the short term. Minor. Yeah, maybe I will keep an eye on Dogecoin as well, and maybe I will identify a new opportunity, long opportunity for me, for myself as well. Gold is still there, and before, guys, before I will end this webinar, so you can see here my trade in US dollar in my real account, I have a trade real US dollar versus the Mexican peso right now in big profit. So here it was my more than 100 pips in profit right now on this trade. Right now live. You missed, if you are not a VIP member, you missed this trade, US dollar versus the Mexican peso. Right now more than 100 pips in profit on this trade. Also, this is my trade in the British pound Japanese yen is still in profit. Yeah. And I also have something like this, US dollar Japanese yen. Yeah. So, okay, thank you guys. Thanks for watching this webinar. Thanks for joining me here. See you next time. Bye bye.